Welcome, I'm Trisha Lemon and this is my blog about the dreams I've experienced during my Kundalini awakening. I'm seeing these dreams as pretty much being signposts and a deeper understanding of what a spiritual awakening is and where that spiritual awakening is trying to take you. Now, I can't sit here and explain all of that journey in one video because it is a journey that's taken over 4 years. But I do hope that these dreams do give signposts to those people who are experiencing a spiritual awakening, and it helps give some guidance around perhaps where they might be on their own journey. One of the things with a spiritual awakening, and particularly a Kundalini awakening, of course, you do have the dreams, and the dreams have been very important, and there's lots more I'd like to share with you around the ascension of Kundalini and then the descent of Kundalini. They both felt distinctly different to me now that I look back. But also during a Kundalini awakening, lots of other things are happening anyway. It isn't just dreams. And if you've ever done any research on Kundalini, you'll see that Kundalini is what you would call a spiritual energy, and it's come to surge through your body. So there's all sorts of other things that are going on, as well as the dreams, from the energy going through your body, you know, your different chakras that are being cleared, lots of different physical sensations, feeling out of your body, feeling disorientated, feeling deep joy and then feeling deep pain. I mean, it's just a roller coaster of different phenomena. So if you really do want to get into what Kundalini is, you can look it up on the internet. I think there's some good information on it now, which shares what it actually can do to you physically. But what I'm trying to do today, or within these particular blogs, is to share what comes up in the dreams, because it's a spiritual awakening is about shifting who you are as a person, and that takes some time. So do look up Kundalini. Plenty of stuff out there on the internet. But for now, I'm going to jump into this dream. Pop my glasses on so I can read my notes. This dream is dream number 6 of the Awakening Feminine. And this dream is what I've called it Eve, Aquarius and Spirit Guides. And these 3 things seem to come into this dream. I still struggle a little bit with this dream because it could mean many things, but anyway, I'm sharing it with you because it might be important to you if you are on that journey. So in this dream, I'm stood, I'm naked, but I've got my hands across my body and across my genitals, and it reminds me of a picture of Eve, like the Adam and Eve picture, where she is stood like that as well. So that's why I think it's Eve. But in the dream, I'm stood next to a water tap. And this has intrigued me for a long time, the water tap. But I'm going to come on to that in a minute, why that's interesting. So I'm stood next to a water tap, and then a man comes over to me and he says, "Please follow me." And I do. And in the dream, I follow him, and he takes me to another man. And there's another man who is, I call him, he's faceless, but he's a man, he's masculine. But he looks like Pan, and you can see he's old and he's wise and he's got this old hair, but I don't see his face, and I don't see the face of the other man either, but I'll come on to that in a second. So as I said, I follow him. The other man appears. He's got no facial features, but what was important in this dream is he gave me a message, and in the message he said he will come back for me, and then that was the end of the dream. So there's some intriguing things in this dream, what all of this could mean, or the symbolism of it, as much as its meaning. I do sense that maybe the way that I appeared in the dream, I was appearing as Eve, and who she is, and the implications of her. I think you could research Eve till forever and a day, and you'll probably get different views on who Eve is. But clearly this thing around the sexuality and covering my genitals was an important thing within the dream. And maybe that's to do with shame, or maybe it's to do with the primordial feminine, or, you know, this thing around that we've lost the instincts of our feminine bodies and we feel shame, so we cover it up. That's kind of where I felt that particular feature of the dream came in. Then there's the interesting thing about the water tap. And as a water tap, it might seem quite insignificant, but I have done a little bit of research on this, and I think this is to do with Aquarius, because it's to do with water. And if you look at a tarot card, or even if you look at the signs of Aquarius, it is to do with this water and this carrying, the water carrier, the carrying of this urn. And as I've indicated in dreams before, if you look at Aquarius or you look at the tarot card, they are old symbolisms. And sometimes in a dream now you'll get modern symbolisms, but it might mean the same thing. So obviously I'm probably not going to have a dream of an urn, because urns are not part of my culture or my own experience of life. But clearly this was to do with the water and the water carrier. So I do sense it has something to do with Aquarius, and it's got something to do with water and water being a feminine principle, and also that water has its own wisdom, because water can transform itself into many different ways, as in steam, ice, and water and snow, and each one of them there is a divine intelligence that shifts from one form to the next. So there is something that is intrinsically wisdom within water, and also the age of Aquarius is about wisdom. But again, you know, we are moving into new times, but we don't really know what that looks like. So I'm just going to leave that one, because I can't sit here and categorically say we're moving into the age of Aquarius, because I don't think we know what that would look and feel like, because the feminine is ephemeral and it's not a strategy. So if it's happening, it's happening already. Interestingly, the two men, and I've sensed as my dreams have got on, and I will bring this up further down in the dreams, that more men appeared in my dreams. And when they do appear, they appear, when they do appear, they're faceless. And I've interpreted this now as I've gone along, that these are spirit guides. They are maybe archetypal energies, and again you can look up archetypal energies and what that means. So those energies that we all possess, and I see them as spiritual energies because they don't have faces. In other words, they're not human. They're not human beings. They're not in the body. And so this one guy takes me over to meet another older, mature man who has no face. So I do see them as being spiritual, divine, or archetypal. And sometimes when I've had dreams, and I'll bring these in the future, if they've got sunglasses on, I've had conversations with men with sunglasses on, and again they're not human. It's an archetypal or a spirit guide, because they're not speaking to me in person, face to face, perhaps like as you're viewing me now. So interestingly, these spirit guides or archetypal energies, and obviously the message he says is that I will return for you, which is quite a powerful message. When I received a message like that, I learned as I went along it meant something. When you get a message, it means something. Now this I found perhaps a bit disturbing really during my awakening, because I did feel very abandoned in many ways during the spiritual awakening. And people do talk of God abandoning you, and maybe that's what he was trying to tell me, and it's going to come back at some point. But clearly he was going to go away and leave me, and I obviously can't pin that down to being anything other than during the awakening was a very existential crisis of being abandoned, and that feeling came up and up and up for years and years. I really struggled with it. So that's the dream. Can't say I came to any particular conclusion. Tried to pick over it a little bit in terms of what it means. I hope it means something to you. If you read this on YouTube, you might have your own ideas, or you may have had a similar dream about what that is, or other iconography that we can attach it to. But for now, thank you for listening. I hope you take the time to listen to some of my other dreams, and I will be doing a few more of these as I go along. I've got plenty of them, 4 years worth. So bye for now.